Budgeting your money. Annual income £20, annual expenditure 19, result happiness. Annual income £20, annual expenditure £21, result misery. Charles Dickens. Spending more money than you earn can be entertaining for a time, but Charles Dickens was right. It can lead to sadness in the end. Paying interest on money that has already been spent is not enjoyable. The good news is that this is not always how life must be. If you've been living in agony due to spending more than you make, you can turn things around. You are taking proactive measures to prevent misery if you haven't been overspending and are just attempting to be proactive. We have a ton of free tools at our disposal to assist you in creating a budget of your own. Budgeting. What is it and why is it important? The process of making a spending plan is known as budgeting. Making this spending plan enables you to estimate your financial situation in advance and decide whether you will have enough money to accomplish your goals. You can use this planning approach to prioritize your spending and concentrate your funds on the things that are most essential to you. Making a budget. Determine your earnings and expenses. You most likely are aware of your monthly income, but do you also understand where it all goes? By keeping track of your spending, you can find out. Spend like you normally would, but record each dollar for a few weeks. It's simple, and you might be surprised by what you learn. Keep needs and wants separate. Consider if you need or want the item in question. Will using this money move me in the direction of or away from my financial objectives? Could I survive without it? Decide what your priorities are, and making decisions will become simpler. Create a budget. Ensure that your expenditures do not exceed your income. In order to cover all you need to spend money on, balance your budget. There are many free budgeting apps and spreadsheets are there. Execute your strategy. Spend in accordance with when you receive your income. Plan ahead for how you'll spend each paycheck. Think about it. Have my necessities, shelter, food, utilities, transportation, etc., been budgeted? Have I set aside money for debt repayment, unforeseen costs, savings, and recreational activities? As a result, you won't have to rely on credit to cover your living expenditures, which will prevent you from getting into even more debt. Seasonal costs. Be aware that expenses like those for school, new shoes, or a yearly membership will simply come up. Create a savings account to cover these costs so you can avoid falling into debt. Look forward. It may take a month or two to get on track with your budget. Give yourself some time to adjust because you haven't had a budget in place for a long time. Asking for assistance if things aren't working out is nothing to be afraid of. How to handle budgeting issues and challenges. What if my salary is going to decrease? What ought I to do? It is crucial to act quickly if you are going to see a decrease in your income in order to help you get through these trying times. If you don't, you can be in for a financial catastrophe. Regard your essential expenses with reality. Even with a pay cut, make sure your basic expenses are covered before you worry about anything else. These are the expenses you must cover whether you have taken a pay reduction, been fired, are on strike, or are locked out. Make sure to take care of your food and medical needs before paying your mortgage or rent. This is an excellent moment to get in touch with your lender and resume making the basic payment if you have increased your mortgage payments to pay off your home more quickly. Next, cover your utility bills and other required expenses, but put a stop to any purchases or services that you don't immediately require, especially package deals and contracts that renew automatically. And while you consider your spending, be sincere with yourself. Focus on what you need right now rather than what you want. Avoiding credit cards in favor of cash, a debit card, or an app connected to a bank account is an excellent approach to achieve this.